Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers living worldwide in truth and sincerity, and salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi. Coming at you with another lesson, Lord willing is edifying. And we're in those times. Alright? The time of Jacob's trouble is fastly approaching. This devil know he's running out of time. That's why he's speeding up the process on everything. From the digital infrastructure that he's trying to push forth to the military, alright, being deployed in these certain areas around the world, alright, to the persecution of the children of Israel, alright, which is known in the scriptures as Jacob's trouble. But you seeing this devil, he's going warp speed with everything. Matter of fact, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? This devil see the prophets of the Lord out on the highways and byways, proclaiming his end. And he knows that signifies his kingdom is at his waning point. Alright? We're at the end, 2nd Ezra 6. Alright? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So now we have this rash of activity, right? Dealing with the National Guard, alright, being now implemented in an additional 19 states, man. And guess what? This ain't by happenstance. This ain't a coincidence. Scriptures say at the end it shall speak. Matter of fact, let's grab that. Yeah, at the end. Okay? And we've been telling you about this thing. We've been telling you about Jacob's trouble. While these other camps, alright, have said that Jacob's trouble is gay, ISUPK. Jacob's trouble is not going to happen. Alright, IUIC. And then he went back and lied about what he lied about, man. Right? Talking about if you listen, morons, you'll hit it out. No. You plainly told that guy that it's not going to be a time of trouble. Alright? Which we see fastly approaching. Let's get this in the NLT. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 1 in the NLT. I will climb upon my I will climb upon my watchtower. Salakia. I will climb upon my watchtower and stand at my guard post. There will I wait to see what the Lord says and how he will answer my complaint. So the true watchmen have been set up on the watchtower and they're watching these things come to pass. Right? Then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets, so a runner can carry the correct message to others. And start with our head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Guess what? We've been giving you that correct message from the time of Jacob's trouble all the way to the MOTB. Alright? We've been warning you, constantly blowing that trumpet. These things set to come to pass. Alright? It says this vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. Right? We're seeing these things manifest. The fulfillment of the prophecies, man. It says, if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. And that's where we at. The prophecies are not being delayed. Let's play this video. Salaki. Now I've clipped a series of videos off of TikTok and put them together. So let's play the videos.
It's time. It's happening. Trump's next major step in his full authoritarian rule takeover. It's going to happen. It's in process now. He is going to activate National Guard in 19 other states, mostly red states, but some blue. And I'll go over the full list here in a second. But He is doing this, and they are going to serve under Title 32, Section 502F authority, which will allow them to work in a police enforcement, law enforcement capacity. So essentially, he's turning our National Guard into a law enforcement entity, his own personal police force. He's also threatening to send the regular military into Chicago and also New York after that. And he is not fucking around with this. We know he'll do it. He's done it in Los Angeles, and he's doing it in Washington, D.C. right now. And his reasoning for doing all this is to combat crime. There's like a pandemic of crime, and it's out of control, and he's going to make our cities safe. Now, they haven't said what cities they're going to go to yet, but here is the list of states. Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, Ohio, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, and Wyoming. If you are in one of those states, buckle up. The Trump authoritarian train is coming in. They're saying Texas will have the most National Guard activated, but they're also going to use the Guard to enforce immigration and assist with ICE. Now, the Virginia National Guard has said they are going to activate 60 soldiers to assist with logistics and administrative support to immigration and customs enforcement. Now, the Virginia National Guard, contrary to what Trump is saying, says they will not conduct law enforcement operations and will not be making any arrests. Their plan is to mobilize up to 1,700 National Guard across these 19 states. So guys, this is the next small step to a much bigger plan. This is unprecedented and needs to be met with an unprecedented response. It's time to get up and make your voice heard. Rise up, resist, let everyone know in the government and the Trump administration that you are not okay with this. We will not live in a militarized zone in our cities. We will not live in a police state.
And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. And then we'll help with...
We have major breaking news this evening. The Pentagon is now preparing to send National Guard military troops to Chicago. This could happen at any day now, according to the Washington Post, which is reporting that Pete Hegseth is preparing. They're sketching out a plan that could deploy not just 1,000, a few thousand National Guard members to Chicago. The use of active duty forces has even been discussed. This is very significant. Donald Trump is eyeing a crackdown on crime, on homelessness, and more. And he's taking his efforts. He already did it in Washington, D.C. Now he's doing it in Chicago. Spread the word so more people know. Now here's the thing. National Guard is one thing. They are discussing possibly sending active duty military personnel as well. That would be something that D.C. hasn't seen. That would be very significant. Now I'll provide you updates every step of the way. If you want to support my work, subscribe to my Substack at the link in my bio. Spread the word so more people know what's about to happen. Follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. I'll have much more to come soon.
All right, you see, evil and only evil. That's what the Lord has pronounced. And you 2/3 Jakes who take everything as a joke, you're going to be taking this thing seriously, man. When this thing ramps up, all right, and you're caught off guard, guess what? You're going to be left out there, all right? And you had another lady I seen with a brother Hopeful-Elect, the Hopeful-Elect 3. The brother put up a collage of videos on this same topic, and one of the things that the lady said was the gradual response or the gradual build-up of these troops in these certain states and cities. All right, and that's how Esau does it. He does it with gradualism, to not to have the people be at such an alarm, you know. But this guy right here was talking about raising up and fight, you know. But guess what? That's gonna lead to? It's gonna lead to a civil war, man. Right? All hell breaking loose, you know, to the point where you people are not gonna be able to move around. You're not gonna be able to have your so-called freedoms as you once did. Yeah, we're heading into those times. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols. Right. That thing that's offered unto idols, that thing. But you see, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled. All right. You had over 100,000 people, all right, sign up for ICE. And you got now the National Guard going to support ICE in all its efforts. Okay? Hey, man, it's right there at the door. But you see, this damn devil is going to take away certain, those concentration camps, those FEMA camps, man. What is that? Revelations 3? What's that? Revelations 2. Real quick, please bear with me. I believe it's 2. Yep, Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Right. It's going to be a time of testing, man. All right. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Right. It's going to be that critical, man. This damn devil wants the birthright back. So he's going to try and do all in his effort to take out the children of Israel. More importantly, the elect of the children of Israel, man. And we can read about that in Revelation 12. Matter of fact, real quick. Let's get that real quick. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman. Yeah, who was the woman? The woman is Israel. The dragon is made up of all the let's see how we can say it, kingdoms or a conglomerate of Esau-ran nations. Let's put it like that. All right. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Yahawashi. See? So yeah, that's who this devil really wants, man. But the Lord is not going to allow us to be in their hands. Again, that burning wrath of a great multitude. All right? It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Right? If you end up taking that thing, you end up bowing down to this devil. Guess what, man? You're going to be taken, trodden underfoot, You're going to be basically taken out of the way, man. It's not going to be a benefit to you for taking that thing. You see? It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. See that? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods, and cast them out of their houses. Then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. You see that? Yeah, they ain't going to be known who are the chosen of Yahawashi. Why? Because they're going to be protected, man. They're going to have that hedge of protection that everybody's going to desire in that day. It says, hear ye, my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble. Yeah, what trouble? Jacob's trouble. The days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. See that? Yeah, that's to the elect. That's to the beloved. The Lord is going to deliver them, man. It says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt. For the Most High is your God, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord. Power, and those are one and the same. All right? It says, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Right, man? Keep believing. Keep trusting in Yahawashi. All right? As we read in Revelations 2. be thou faithful unto death, and the Lord Yahawashi is going to give us a crown of life, man. You see? But this is another avenue showing you that this devil really hates you, Jake. You know, and he's not going to stop until he thinks he can get this birthright back, man. All right? That's what it's about. This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. See that? Yeah, why is blood going to pursue them? Matter of fact, let me start at verse 5. Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, yeah, an ancient hatred, a hatred of a long time. That's where perpetual goes into, man. Yeah, this is a hatred of old, man. You could take it all the way back into the garden with Cain slayed his brother Abel, man. Why? Because Abel's deeds were righteous. See? So that's that hatred that has persisted all the way until this time. Okay? And has shed the blood of the children of Israel, see that? By the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. And this damn devil, he had forward the affliction. Right? Verse 6 again. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. See? Yeah, this damn devil don't shy away from blood, man. You know? He invites it. You see? 2nd Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Yeah, what's the modern day sword? The gun. All right, you heard the guy already say that he activated those certain National Guard troops to carry weapons in D.C. Hey, don't think that's not going to extend to these other states, man. Oh, I just seen a recent headline that he has now extended past the 48 hours, the emergency in D.C., man. So he can extend it for however long he want to extend it for. You know, and that's part of that gradualism that Esau does. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Let's open this up. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See that? For a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Yeah, get ready for lockdowns, for martial law. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. See that? Yeah, every man with his hands upon his loin. You know, Lord willing, matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that. Because that's what time we in. All right? Jeremiah chapter 30, we'll get to the point, verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Right? You afraid with fear, man. See, that's the time we're headed into. I mean, where it's not going to be any relief. And if you don't have Yahawashi, guess what, man? You're not going to be protected. All right? It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Yeah, the elect is going to be saved out of it. The elect going to be saved out of this time of trouble. But the ones who doubt, don't have faith, you're not going to be protected real quick. Yeah, you're not going to have a hedge. You're not going to have a defense. And guess what? You're going to be looking for a defense in that time. You know, people going to be thinking that their guns are going to be able to save them. You know, the things that they stocked up. No, none of that is going to save you. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and I'm gonna start at verse 11. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. See that? Yeah. We're gonna need Yahawashi to save us in the time of this affliction that's fastly approaching. Woe be to fearful hands and faint hearts, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. You see that? Yeah. You're not going to be defended in this time. Woe unto you who have lost patience, the willingness to suffer, right? Going to that word patience. It says, woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? Yeah, the Lord's going to visit you by the way of Esau, coming down with great wrath. We can read in Psalm 17 that he is the sword of the Lord. It says, they that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him will be filled with the law. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hand of the Lord, and not in the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. You see? Yeah, 2/3 going to fall into the hands of Esau. All right? You trusted in oppression and perverseness and stayed thereon. So now, guess what? The Lord going to give you what you asked for, man. He's going to give you over to that brute beast. 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. Oh, it's like we read this already, but that's the spirit. So that's what's going to happen, man. Psalms chapter 105. Let me get to the point. Cause this devil, he want to come down with great wrath, and his aim is who? The elect, man. Right? Psalms 105 and verse 14. He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sake. Yeah, for whose sake? For the sake of the children of Israel. More importantly, in this time, it's going to be for the elect of the children of Israel. Remember, we can read in Judah 5 and 17 that there be no iniquity in their nation. You're going to become a reproach before all the world. Right? It says, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. See? But yeah, we can read in Wisdom Solomon 2, where this damn devil is going to put that to the test, man. Okay? Let's close it out here. Job chapter 5. And man, the whole chapter's good, but I'm gonna get to the point. I'm gonna start at verse 15. He saveth the poor from the sword. You see that? Yeah, Yahawashi is gonna save the poor, all right, the meek, the lowly, from the sword, who is Esau Edom. See? It says from their mouth, yeah, the legislation, their laws that he's putting forth. Say that? Those sayings, that's heavy. Yeah, the things that he's pushing forth as far as legislation, man. The Lord going to save us from it. It says, and from the hand of the mighty. See? Yeah, Esau has all the power in this kingdom. It's his kingdom. It says, so the poor have hope. Yeah, we got hope. The Wadi Yahawashi. And iniquity stoppeth her mouth. Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore, despise not the chastening of the Almighty. Right? We are being cleaned up now. All right? We're being punished now, so we won't be punished with the world. It says, for he maketh sore and bindeth up. He woundeth and in his hand maketh whole. He shall deliver thee out of 6 troubles. Yeah, all those things that's going to set to come to pass. The famine, the sedition among men, the robo-dogs, the Gurkha troops, See, those are all enveloped the famine in those 6 troubles. It says, yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Yeah, ultimately that number 7 goes into completion. All right, when those ICBM missiles are being shot out. All right, the Lord said, there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Yeah, class wars, race wars, civil war, World War III. See? Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid when destruction cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. And that's a heavy spirit that's going to rest on the elect, man. Alright? It says, for thou shalt be at league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. Yeah, that's to the elect. Alright? The beloved of Yahawah, Yahawashi, man. And we're hoping to be at that precious number. But as you see, man, things gonna get real nasty out here, man. Alright? And it's just the prophecies playing out how the Lord said they were gonna happen. So I pray this has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Till the next time, Shalom. Stay prayed up.